Welcome back to Thronebreaker, the Witcher Tales. When we left off, we were heading into Rossburg, a city in Edirn, to meet with King Demavend. This is not Rossburg, I don't think. This is some other place. Rossburg is over here. This is just some little fort, I guess. I think. Oh, I guess I could have gone and grabbed this stuff over here. Didn't last time. Anyway, but we're gonna head into this puzzle area. Wait, that made the difference between me. Oh, I'll bet it probably is just telling me about something I already could have done, but now. Units will take up 10% less of the recruit cap. So, as I recall, what I really wanted to get was maybe that was the thing I wanted to get, but I thought it was. Oh yeah, it's this. Increases the recruit cap to 150. So I guess I could calculate. So right now I've got a 125, so 25 increase would be a 20% increase versus dropping it by 10%, which would be 12.5. So that is a better upgrade, the increase it to 150. So I am going to save for that. Okay.
As Neve neared Gatburg, her eyes were drawn at once to the black pennants flying over its palisades. Nilfgaard's penance. Her scouts found the city's buildings intact, its streets unstained by blood. Black-clad soldiers could be seen guarding storehouses holding loot pillaged from nearby settlements. Curiously, these soldiers were very few in number.
The gates stand open. Clearly the Imperials expect no attack, giving us the element of surprise. We can take back the city and make off with the gold.
Gascon finished.
Yeah, that does sound appealing. The element of surprise is, of course, not appealing because you don't want to go first, but... Yeah!
Neve hated Nilfgaard and needed gold to maintain her army. Two very good reasons to attack Gatburg. Her decision made, she ordered her men to prepare for battle. Now the invaders would have to try their hand at defending.
Larven! Essay to nothing!
I can't imagine why you would ever decline to attack. I guess I sort of did avoid forcing that one guy, so that's probably like the one battle that I've passed up was where the knight errant. I didn't force him to join my company. I kind of wish I had, just because he probably would have been like a cool card or something. But oh well. The Battle of Gatburg. The Queen had feared her soldiers would not court death for the sake of an Edirnian city. After all, why risk one's neck for a neighbor's home when you have yet to reclaim your own? Nonetheless, Meave's infantry fought ferociously, never breaking. In the face of Nilfgaard's onslaught, the trifling differences among Lyrians, Temerians, and Kedwenis, I think, no longer mattered. Ultimately, they were people of the North, and they must answer each other's call. That's right, people of the North. Starks, Karstarks, Umbers. Can I remember any of the other houses off the top of my head? Not really. Okay, attack weaker units, sure. This guy was a card, at least in... Maybe that was actually a card in Witcher 3, like some kind of spy or something. Performance. There you go. Okay, so what's the deal here? Visiting ambassador. Strengthen all allies by one. Okay, that's not particularly scary. Whoa! Look at these guys, just kind of hanging out over here. Snilf Guardians all around me. Oh my gosh, down here, up here. How do I get myself surrounded? I'm attacking. This makes sense. Okay. Black Rayla obviously is not going to be doing anything with Scoia'tael, but even so, she's a pretty good card, so I think I will hang on to her. Setting Rose on fire is amazing, so I would like to keep that. This is actually a pretty good... I don't know that the Slingers... I don't know if they're good here or not. Drummer is always good, of course. I'm not sure whether Elf and Onion Soup is going to be good, but Discover is fun, so... Yeah, I think I'm going to toss the Slingers. Yeah, it's a Blitz card, so I'll toss that too. More Drummers. Gascon. Well, he's going to be a little unhappy about not having the moving guys, but maybe I actually should mulligan him. He's only an 8. If nothing is moving around. The other thing I can mulligan is the Mardrome. I don't know how likely I am to be taking damage. They do have probably those Arbalists who deal damage all the time, so... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to mulligan Gascon. And that's... Crushing Trap. No idea whether this is going to be any good. This is too many spells, probably. Decoy probably on the fire guy. Maybe I should actually decoy or mulligan the horn. Horn is that it deals damage to, though. Yeah, I don't know.
They feel at home here, the Nilfgaardians. Let's show them they're wrong.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
Oh, well, that was... Yeah, okay, I got it. Well, okay, so I think we want to go ahead and set that row on fire.
I smell a leak.
Now I could hit that guy and then have a chance of... having him just die outright. But... I don't know how likely they are to play 2 guys. Even if they, I guess even if they do play 2 guys and the fire doesn't kill him, it's still nice to get him closer to dying. That resilience is pretty unpleasant. So, and I don't have any loyalty abilities to trigger in hand anyway, so I think I'll go ahead and do it. Wow.
Oh. New orders? No?
Not on fire. Okay. Let's go ahead and decoy this guy. Prepare for more fire.
No signs of fighting. These Horsens must have opened the gates for the Blacklads.
I can see why that would offend her, being an Adarnian patriot as she is. Yeah.
You
Just
mad?
go ahead and do
Don't
this
say
again.
that.
Ow. Poor Mr. Fireman. This doesn't look particularly good right now, I have to say. I could transform this guy into a bear. It seems pretty good right now, actually. Bear it up. Come on, I need more fire damage. Stop that. Alright. I could potentially crushing trap the back row and use my broadsword. And then there's a chance that all of those guys will just die. Not a very good chance. I really need to get the upgraded fire guys so that goes up to a 2/3 chance rather than a 1/3 chance. Two-thirds of a point of damage per turn isn't nearly as good as 1 1/3 points. But, and then I could potentially use the horn to... I mean, taking out the Arbalists is not important. Taking out these guys, that's what's important. I think I'll wait on the crushing trap. I think I'll... Zeal? What is Zeal? An order ability can be used on the same turn when the card is placed in the battlefield. Okay. Loyal, gain 1 charge. Order, damage an enemy and all enemies with the same power by 1. Okay. Interesting. Lyria and Rivia. Give 1 charge to the card on the right. Well, that's not useful right now. Infiltrator. That's not really what I want right now. Especially since he'd be on fire. I mean... An infiltrator right here could still be get really big. But he might also burn to death. So I guess we'll go with the Landsknecht. Landsknecht? Not sure. Alright, so... Actually, check this out. Boom. 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 Yeah!
Oh! Order will triumph! It must triumph!
What? Oh, for God's sake! If I'd known that was gonna happen! Come on! Ugh. Well, it doesn't have... whatchamacallit. The thing this guy has, resilience. But being a boss, I wouldn't be surprised if... Man, that is... Do I just give up now? If he has more of those things in his hand... Oh my gosh. Yeah, it makes all the sense in the world to play this guy at the end of a round, of course. Ugh. And I've still got this 9 power guy sitting out here. But, like, what am I even going to use to destroy something? Oh, man, that is just... Oh, that is devastating. I think even if I knock this thing down to a 30, or 38, that's still stomping all over me, and that... Do I have any prayer of killing 2 of his guys? I doubt it. Alright, yeah, I think I just pass. Wow, that is insane. Oh, wait, what? This was a single round battle? Oh, yeah. Okay, that changes things. Alright. Get him out of here. So the crushing trap would be good if I can resist the temptation to kill things. Okay, a Gascon, I think, is not... gonna be super relevant here. Like, we need to deal damage. We need to kill things. That means the Mardrome is also not particularly relevant. So actually, I'm gonna mulligan that first. So having a second bomber means I potentially just don't use the decoy on the first bomber, which is fine, I guess, but... Wait, was it? It was 25% of its current power, not 50. I don't know why I was talking about. Oh my god, how am I supposed to deal with that? If he just waits until it's like the last card that he plays, like what can I even do? Crushing Trap is almost not even good against it because while it does knock its power down, like it means that the 25% condition doesn't do as much, so you'd almost rather... Is that true? It's hard to say. Depends on how many guys you can kill, I guess. I mean, obviously, you know, it's asymptotic, so the more guys you kill, the less valuable the kills are, and I mean, potentially you kill a bunch of guys in the other row and then you crushing trap, or something like that. But I don't know. I get the feeling the crushing trap isn't going to be the thing. Oh, that spy card. Well, I pulled that. That was an Elf and Onion soup pull, but that spy card would be amazing with that guy in play. Just anyway. Okay, so I think I don't want the crushing trap. That's what I think. Slinger. It deals damage. I'm inclined to, yeah, mulligan the other bomber. So we got, yeah, okay, these guys don't deal damage. And they're blitz. So.
They feel at home here,
no.
the Guardians. Let's show them they're wrong.
I don't want you in the hand.
152, 154.
Okay. Let's set fire to you.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid having to kill anything this time until
Scrubbing duty again.
the other card comes down. Although, I mean, I guess no, it's gotta be the approach.
No signs of fighting. These Horsens must have opened the gates for the Blacklads.
This could hurt.
Yeah, that guy's just gonna die. The bomber, that is, but that's fine, I guess. Alright, so do I start playing my drummers? I mean, these guys are gonna take out the drummers pretty fast is the problem. I could play the slinger, put some more damage on them. I could also just play the war wagon, stall for time a little bit. That's probably actually the way to go. I mean, I have like one Wagenberg in my deck, but that doesn't really matter, I don't think.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Oh, decoy, of course. Actually, I'm surprised the decoy isn't, whatchamacallit, the whatever the keyword is that makes it not actually go into your graveyard, but just get removed entirely. Be interesting to see if they, yeah, no, they're not going to pop the light infantry, which is fine. Okay. 5 cards left. It's got 3 Arbalists down. I can't afford to kill them. I would really like to, because my guys won't survive, but this is really problematic. I could use the horn to kill this guy and then ultimately these 2 guys in conjunction with the broadsword, but in doing that, I remove 3 of the kills that are going to apply to... I mean, how many times... So that guy was, what, 70, 76. So that, he loses 25% of his power, so... What is that even? 19. So he loses... It's a very odd... I wonder if it's calculated to not require rounding for a long way down. So 19... Oh no, it can't be, because he's going to lose an odd number and then beat an odd number. Anyway, 76 minus 19 is 57. Then it's slightly less than 15. I don't know if it's going to round up or round down. I'm going to assume it rounds down. So 57 minus 14 is 43. So that's 2. With 2, he's still at a 43. Then with another, he loses 10, call it. So at 3, he's at 33. Then at 4, he loses 8, so then he's at 25. That's starting to get manageable. 5, he loses 6, and then he's at 19. So at that point, past that point, it's not only manageable, but it's also not... what am I trying to say? It's not like the amount of damage coming out on him past that point is not that big. Yeah, the drummers, I mean, I guess the drummers will survive. Like, the first drummer will survive against the Arbalest, so the 3 Arbalists, so I guess I can, I mean, just barely, but I guess I can go ahead and play one. Just
left, right, left.
And they might take out the War Wagon, I don't know. They probably shouldn't, but they might. I don't know how that's going to work. Alright, there he is. Oh, what? Okay, well, now we can... So do I Elf and Onion Soup? I think I do. Now, play that. Bronze Ally and add 2 copies. Stray's Cavalry is pretty solid here. Although it takes too long for it to really make an impact. Adding cards to my deck does almost nothing because I don't have any card opportunity to draw cards. It just affects what the Blitz guys can pull, which... I mean, I guess I could add more drummers to pull more drummers. That has some value. Fire Plus also, just doubling the fire chance has more expected damage than the Stray's Cavalry and hits more targets. So that might actually be the way to go. Yeah. And we'll do that on the Commandant's row, I suppose. Okay. If I'd known that was going to happen, I would have played the Elf and Onion Soup right off the bat. But I didn't, of course. Oh. Oh, no, wait, this is fine. Yeah, does it make sense for me to use the broadsword now just to get the cooldown moving? Yeah, probably. And maybe some of those guys will die to fire.
Oh. That was not in the
Or
spell
not.
books.
Spawn a random potion. I wonder what those are. Okay, so I can horn. That's, even though I would like it to hit more allies, having it wipe all of these arbalists is almost certainly correct. Although I could also play the Slinger. The Slinger could just take them all out. That might be better.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Oh, rounded up, not rounded down. Okay. Good to know.
Ha! Rah! Scheiß! In! Train!
What's the base power of this thing? Is it 5? I don't know. Are these times numbers actually telling me how many of those cards are in their deck? It can't be, because this guy says ×1. Alright, so he's got no more damage dealing abilities, so I'm gonna just start throwing down some drummers.
Again and again and again.
Boom, boom, boom,
Off to
boom.
the front yet again.
Alright, let's see what we get here. Another bomber, okay.
Watch your heads!
Yeah, doesn't do anything, unsurprisingly.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Boom, 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 boom.
Quiet! The Commissar will hear.
If only I had enough time to kill all these idiots. My broadsword isn't doing a whole lot either. I need crushing trap. Alright. Let's...
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Left, right, left, right.
I guess I might as well wait on the broadsword until next turn. I'm not going to have any more time than that. This horn is going to do pretty good work. Methinks. Alright, we're up. Well, that was pretty good, actually.
My spirit's willing and how, but these dumb boots are killing me.
Alright, we got it. We got it. So in theory, this says like 3 damage and 3 damage or something. Yeah, so technically correct to do this. Yeah. Okay.
The battle's won, Your Majesty.
Well, there was a hint at the beginning, something about weak cards. I don't remember whether it was don't kill them or what, but
The Battle of Gatberg ended in Meave's victory.
Probably
much
should have
to
paid
its
attention.
inhabitants' displeasure. While she examined the Nilfgaardian storehouses, the city's mayor, an elderly gentleman with a walrus moustache, requested a private audience.
Your Grace, I am old. Kill me, you'll merely save my gout the trouble. So I'll be frank. You've but few men. You'll not spare one to defend the city. When you ride off, the Imperials will retake Gatburg, peer into their looted storehouses, and seek revenge. You will be far off, while we shall be oh so terribly near.
The old man creaked down onto his knees and gripped the hem of the Queen's coat with knobby fingers.
Your Majesty, I beg you, leave the gold, or the streets of Gatburg will flow with the blood of our women and children.
Oh, man.
Neve contemplated what to make of the fellow. Should he be praised for his forethought and concern for his townsmen, or condemned for cowardice and insolence? Black Rayla, however, had no such doubts.
Traitors all. Small wonder the town's untouched. Must have opened the gates wide for the southern scum. Now they want us to let them fill their pockets with plundered gold.
Well, that is one way of looking at it. Oh, man. I mean... All right. So, putting aside the fact that the game probably won't take this into account, I think it's worth pointing out that if the Nilfgaardians were to come back and they were to see that the city was no longer under their occupation and that the gold was gone, I suspect they would not think that the townsfolk had managed to, like, obliterate the garrison and had, like, taken the gold but then, like, didn't have it with them in the town anymore. So it wouldn't be difficult for the townsfolk to convince the Nilfgaardians that they weren't responsible, putting aside the fact that maybe the Nilfgaardians wouldn't give a crap whether they were responsible or not and would just punish them anyway. But maybe they would... maybe they would, you know, would actually care. Hard to say. But yeah, that's a tough one. And of course that's, you know, none of that addresses the fact that, like, regardless of whether you think I need the gold, like, Neve needs the gold, you know, canonically, so it makes sense for her to take it, and it also makes sense for her to deny the Nilfgaardians the gold. Like, even supposing that the guy is right and they come back, you know, do you want to leave it for the Nilfgaardians to retake? Probably not. It's also not clear that the Nilfgaardians will actually come back by here specifically. You know, why were they here in the first place? I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to talk myself into taking the gold because that's what I want to do. But yeah, I'm gonna take it, but I'm very willing to believe that this is the wrong choice.
After a moment's hesitation, Neve had her soldiers load the stolen gold onto their wagons.
As you pointed out, Mayor, my army is small, which is why I need gold to expand it.
The mayor said nothing. He bowed to the Queen, then hobbled off, leaning heavily on his cane, as if this short exchange had cost him years of life.
Wow. Game certainly knows how to make you feel bad for doing whatever you do.
We haven't any reason to rejoice, friend. Blackclads will be back. Just you wait and see. Grim prospect. They'll either hack us into pieces, or drag us off to labor in chains. We haven't any reason to rejoice, friend. Blackclads will be back.
I don't know why he's calling me a friend. Ooh. Got a puzzle over here. Can I... yeah. Alright, before I do that... Oh, I guess it's not a puzzle, it's just a battle. Yeah, lots of stuff that I can do. No, not that, not that, that. Wow, that's expensive. Okay, but now we've got an extra 25 supply to play with, which means we can do all the expensive cards. So I am wondering if there's an argument for not having multiple of these guys in here. I mean, I guess the reason to have two of them is just to make sure you get one, but I do keep ending up in situations where the second one is kind of redundant. Pitfall Trap seems pretty good. Damage everything by 2 forever. I mean, it doesn't have whatchamacallit, resilience, so you know it can be mitigated that way. But what was it? Okay, so I wanted to remove the Scythemen because you know they're not that good. Do I have Wagenbergs that I can add? Where's Wagenberg? There's Wagenberg. I guess I could add another one. It's pretty much all my gold, but they're really good. And they combo nicely with the with what Gascon wants to do too, which is kind of cool. Like move the flag, move the war wagon guys. Speaking of war wagon guys, how many war wagons do I have? None left. I can't craft any, so that's okay. I'll get some more of those later. I don't know. I guess the Slinger does, like, you could move the poor infantry or the light infantry, you know, that this spawns to the other side, power up the Wagenberg, and then have them detonate and then damage somebody on the other side, which is pretty cool. Alright. So, is there anything else that I want to take out, or exchange, rather? I mean, I like having all the drummers. I am wondering if I have too many of these guys. I don't have any Arbalists. That's sad. Need to make some more of those. I wouldn't mind having another infiltrator. They combine really poorly with the fire guys, though, so maybe I should actually take out the infiltrator. It's just that they have so much potential. I guess I could just like leave it in as a tech card, so to speak, against like big enemies. Same thing with Crushing Trap. I don't know why I crafted a second one of those. I guess it's not that expensive. I could craft a Pitfall Trap. Because that costs more wood than gold. But I don't know what I'd be taking out to put it in. And I actually am about at my cap again. So... it's also possible that 3 Wagenbergs is too many, but... yeah, I'll roll with this for now and see how it goes. Alright. Where are we exactly? So there's a treasure chest up here that we want to go get. And then we're going to head back the other direction. Okay. In darkness, all of Aedirn burned, cities, villages, forests. When the flames eventually died out, the kingdom choked on a black, dense smoke that blotted out the sun. It became dark, so dark that beasts which once only prowled at night now, too, hunted during the day. Okay. So... probably at night, you say. Night Wraith. Every 3 turns, on turn start, haunt the highest non-haunted enemy and move it to the other row. Every turn, on turn start, damage all haunted units. Wait, so is that not an activated ability? That move it to the other road thing means that Gascon's going to be really happy. So we'll definitely keep him around. Boosting is good. This is good. With her doing damage to like all everything. Always like Wagenbergs. Mulligan this guy. Probably don't need 2 bombers as usual. Could be argued. I mean, that I should mulligan the other bomber and just assume that I'll pull it from the drummer, but I do like having one in my opening hand so I can just immediately play it. And of course, you got the decoy to play it again, potentially. Rayla plays card, so that's always good. Card advantage. Hard to argue with this card set. Alrighty. So I think I'm gonna open with the... well... I want her not to haunt my Wagenberg. So what I'm thinking is I'll play the bomber first.
This could hurt.
Oh, she didn't... oh, she starts on cooldown. I should have hinted. Oh, no, wait. No, he's haunted. Okay. What does this thing do? Haunt target unit for 9 turns. Oh, no. This is the thing that... okay. Well, the good news is we can undo that. I wonder if I can manage... so, if I play my Wagenberg this turn, then next turn play the decoy... no. Well, that doesn't work. What I'm wondering is whether I can manage to get myself into a position where the Night Wraith doesn't actually do anything with its power, like it goes off but it has nothing to target. I probably can't manage that. Certainly decoying this turn, the next turn she's at 1. But how do I not get anything onto the board at that point? I really don't want the Wagenberg to be the target. Maybe I play a drummer, and it's okay if the drummer is a target.
again and again and again.
Whoa. Oh, right, it's every turn. Deploy. For every 3 turns on turn start, haunt and damage an enemy by 1 on the first turn, then... Oh my gosh. This is madness. Okay, well, too bad I don't have like 70 decoys. That would help me out. Wait. Why did he go from his... Was he always at 6? And this was a 9? I thought he was at 9 power as well. I guess not. Okay. So the question is... He shouldn't take any damage because he hasn't haunted yet. Alright. Alright. So now... we do some more Burnination. Probably... Oh, is it... I can't tell whether this thing... So this thing's ability is irrelevant. This thing just went off and targeted the drummer. This thing may have... I'm not sure whether this means... On turn start, like, haunt and damage an enemy by 1 on the first turn, then increase damage by 1 every each following turn. Like, I'm not sure if that means that it's just damaging, continuing to damage the already haunted unit, or if it means, you know, that it
Watch
is
your heads.
picking a new target to haunt each turn. If it's picking a new target to haunt each turn, then I want... Well, I'm concerned. I don't want to give them more targets, but I also don't want the drummer to die before he gets his thing off. I mean, I guess at most, the most damage they would do is 1, 2, 3, 4, so he will survive. So I guess I'll just... If there, I guess I should probably also fire my ability now. Yeah. Get the cooldown going. Pass. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, obviously I should use this. And then maybe I can pass before any more haunting crap happens. Reynard? No! Oh, God, that's so bad! Oh, that's a terrible pull.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
I mean, I guess... Do I even... Bother, or what? Oh, and now I have to play another card. Ugh! Like, I've already won the round, so... What card do I play? Also, I should probably not have played all my fire. Like, leading with the problem with leading with the fire is I wasn't damaging the units I needed to, and now I don't know if I'll be able to pull another one. It's like a drummer or something. There's not a good card to play here. If I could Mardrome one of my own cards, I would potentially do that. But I guess Mardrome is pretty good later on though because of the haunt damage. I think it's got to be probably the Horn or the Elf and Onion Soup. Horn's probably not going to be amazing, so just do that. Alright, yeah. That felt bad. That was a waste of resources. Got one of the spies. Okay. Do I even want to redraw any of these? Maybe I don't. I don't know how good the spy is going to be, but I think it'll be pretty good. I have some relatively high value cards, and I'm not going to have any fire interfering with making him likely to get killed. The Slinger is mostly good for powering up Gascon. Alright, so... I almost like don't want to play anything, but that would undoubtedly be a mistake. Like, do I play the Wagenburg now? The Wagenburg will get marked, which is not ideal. I guess I could play Black Rayla. Black Rayla's not going to get any stronger, and it has the advantage of being, like, giving me, like, quick tempo I can pass off of potentially.
Enough chit-chat. Draw your weapon.
Oh, not until next turn. I could still... not using her ability feels bad. I could still... I think it's got to be correct to use her ability. Oh. Wait. Oh, wow. That's so good. Alright. Bomber... Probably should save the bomber. I guess I could play a Wagenburg. I'm not going to be able to get more of them out anyway. Why is it red? I don't know what that was about. Anyway, alright, so I gotta play something. Maybe it's soup time. Soup's on. Ooh, Pitfall Trap. Rivian Onager. Oh, yeah, this is what the stone ballistas in Radiant Dawn are called, too. Order, damage an enemy by 3. Charges, 2. Whenever an ally is destroyed. Whenever an ally is destroyed, gain 1 charge. Interesting. Sapper's not very good here. I like... Well, I guess actually... Onager does more... Has 2 charges. Zeal means it can... I hope it means that I can use both of the charges immediately and just pow pow. 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 Yeah, alright. I like this. You can definitely pass off of this. Now, unfortunately, that means I wait, and you know, this isn't doing anything, but that's okay. I'll have 1 or 2 for next round, so. Whenever Haunt Time expires, spawn a base copy of self. Okay. This seems pretty good. Most of the rest of what's in there should be war wagons, maybe some more drummers. Yeah. Whenever a haunt timer expires. I don't know what a haunt... Whether there's like a haunt timer on the Night Wraith, or I don't know how that works exactly, but... Could be time for more fire. Fire, fire, fire. Although the Night Wraith isn't ready to fire off yet. Does that mean I want to play a Wagenburg instead and start charging it up? It might mean that. Maybe that was a mistake. I guess I could play... No, I don't want the other Wagenburg to get marked, so... We'll do... Set the row on fire, probably, and then, like, transform it into a bear at some point, or something along those lines.
Catch!
Set this row on fire? Yeah, I think so. The other thing I could do is like move this thing. Let's see, this is gonna do 1 damage. Or wait, how? I don't understand this. So for 3 turns, on turn start, haunt and damage enemy. Okay, so let's say that. So we know that the Night Wraith didn't haunt the Wagenburg, but the Wraith says on turn start. The Wraith wasn't played on turn start. It was played in the middle of the turn. So technically this shouldn't have triggered. Although it is a deploy ability, which is weird. But like, if it did haunt the Wagenburg, it should have done damage to it, which it also didn't do. So like, how much damage is it gonna do? I don't understand. But perhaps it doesn't matter. Alright, should I get the cooldown started on my ability? Probably not. Because... And should I just fire this thing? Actually, if I fired it now, I could hit them both. That's pretty reasonable. And then I could give this guy another point of armor, which would potentially save him from getting killed by this combination of these two, but I don't think he'll get killed, so I'm gonna wait. Okay, yeah. Who knows which thing this thing haunted? Alright, so if I want this guy to live, I need to Mardrum him now, which seems fine. What damaged the bear? So the Wraith is still damaging the bear even though it's no longer targeted? I don't understand. The UI for this is not up to par. They really need to have something like this mark if I hover over it, or if I right-click on it or something, there needs to be some way of saying, like, okay, this is who it's linked to. Like, even what I would do probably is when you hover over the little icon, it draws a line back to the marker, the marking unit, or units, I suppose. And likewise, if you hover over the marking unit, it would draw a line to the marked unit, something along those lines. Anyway, so unclear whether this wraith marked anything. I think it did mark the bomber. I mean, the night wraith maybe also did. It's so confusing. But I want to get my other Wagenberg down. I don't know. I think I'm about as safe as I can. It is about as safe as it can be from being marked, but I'm really not sure. Okay. That appears to have been accurate. So, do we drummer, or do we... sling? We could sling some of these guys into the fire. That would be pretty good. Yeah, let's do that.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
Let's grab these three. Keeping one strong unit so that we can play the infiltrator back there. And I could move the banner now because I'm never going to get a better chance to charge this guy up. Reynard's already gone, so there's not really any reason to fire off his ability. I mean, I could obviously take these two out, but it's not super important, impactful. So yeah, I'll go ahead and... Well, I guess there's no reason to move the banner now either. Like, he's not got any damage incoming. Wait, the bear... Oh, okay, the Night Wraith marked the bear, for whatever reason. Okay, this seems like as good a turn as any to play the Infiltrator. To these. I think that Barghest is going to spawn another Barghest. So maybe I'm wrong, actually. Because I think this thing is going to cause it to spawn another Barghest. So maybe... maybe we just play a drummer.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Oh, maybe it's not going to spawn another one. That doesn't count as a haunt timer expiring, I guess? I don't know. Haunt an enemy for 5 turns. I guess this guy is a haunt timer, and this guy, and this Night Wraith. Whenever it takes damage, boosts self by the amount damaged. Okay, we've got our ability up, so it might be... Well, unfortunately, I don't have a good way of... I guess if I played the Slinger, I could probably set something up where I do maximize my damage. Maybe I just don't worry about the Infiltrator. The Infiltrator's not going to have time to go off. Actually, if this thing boosts itself once or twice, and then I damage it with the Slinger, I can hit like these 3. I'd like to use this like now though, rather than later. I guess the other thing I could do is just use the drummer ability and see what that pulls. War Wagon, okay.
Can't take it anymore.
getting to the point where the wagon bird can just blow away the back row. And yeah, I don't get to use the infiltrator, but does it really matter? If the whole back row is dead? Maybe not. Yeah, and then save the slinger. Maybe play the drummer.
Left, right, left, right.
Does that mean I saved my ability? It probably does. Probably does. Alright. Bang. Get out of here. Arc Spore. What do you do? At every turn, damage a random enemy, summon it. Oh yeah. Okay, that's not super alarming. Still like to kill it, but can work on that. Well, let's do this guy first. Another drummer. Put him back here.
Again and again and again.
Not that it really matters. I don't have anything that's gonna care about who's in which row anymore. I guess I might as well play the infiltrator at this point. Barely gonna have time for him to do anything. Nah. So I don't know why I did that, because I'm just gonna end up like moving the Archespores and killing them. But I guess it also just doesn't matter anyway. More drummers!
It's a waste of time for one like me.
I'm realizing that my ratio of blitz units to, like, that the drummers are usually summoning to anything else is off here. But that's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and like
from half a league away.
and let's go ahead and do that too, probably. Get them into range to get killed by the fire. Woohoo, a 3! I think I'm good here.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Nothing personal, I assure you.
Yeah, there we go. Power gas gone. Alright, well, that went well. Ooh, achievement unlocked. How exciting. Milady, the cottage is abandoned, save for the man hanging under the roof. I believe he should be cut down and buried, but our soldiers are hesitant to carry out the task. They claim touching the corpse of a man who's taken his own life can bring bad luck. Why would I get money for cutting down... Doesn't make a lot of sense. It's only 65 gold. I think. Oh. Interesting. The marker doesn't go away. Well, that... you leave me no choice, in all probability. Huzzah! The value. Alright, yeah, we'll just do it. Oh! The Council has decided to yield Gatberg without conflict. As we could not repel the enemy, this proved the reasonable and safe decision. I, however, voted against the resolution. I was the only one to do so. I do not agree with it. I do not agree with cowardice and collaboration. I do not agree with treason. I never will. Alright. But you committed suicide? It's not... doesn't really jive with your values as stated, but oh well. Alright, where are we here? That's not what I wanted. Okay. So we got some stuff over here and some stuff over here. We're obviously going to want to go there before we go here. And...
Gatberg opened its gates to the Black Lads. Surrendered without a fight. They take the young and strong as slaves. Leave the elders to starve and wane.
Oh. Fast travel point.
Was here. Just a week past. That was a mill. An inn. Out more than ashes now.
And of the people, not a trace. Not even the bodies.
It's all fine. Everything's
Elves
fine.
and dwarves, dirty non-humans took sides with Nilfgaard. Then of a sudden, hit us from the back. They take the young and strong as slaves. Leave the elders to starve and wane.
Anyway. Oh, here we go. My queen, the inhabitants of this dwelling have given shelter to a wounded Nilfgaardian. The landlord said he found him in a field, bleeding and raving deliriously. He decided he couldn't leave the man in such a sorry state, so he invited him into his home. Our soldiers are outraged. They say we must finish off our enemies, not give them new life. This is such a bad deal that I have to wonder whether there is some, like, consequence that plays out to it. Like, this is... the choices are usually not that... like, even when there's, like, an obviously better choice, it's not usually, like, all upside versus all downside. I'm tempted to take this just to see what happens. I mean, also... it is the right thing to do. I want to say there was some similar thing that happened in one of the Witcher games, but I can't remember. It was some other game that I played. I don't know. Oh, you know what? It was Valkyria Chronicles. That's not The Witcher. Alright. Yeah, I gotta know. Well, I probably never will know, but I need to see if somehow that does something. It's just too... it's so obvious. It's like an obvious setup. Okay, so... do we have... yeah, we have all that stuff. Alright, so... I think... okay, can't go further down here. There wasn't, like, any other place we could have gone back this... yeah, okay. So basically we want to go over here and we go right over here. As I already said, next time is going to be when we actually take on that puzzle. How... this doesn't look safe. But apparently I can come through here. It's probably like a flame golem or something to that effect. Okay, yeah, next time we fight the flame golem. Until then.